And welcome back to another Coach's Corner. I'm Rick Silvestrini, and we're joined now by Matt Lewis, the Drake golf coach here at Drake University. And Bulldogs coming off tied for fifth at that Hawkeye Invitational. I know that was weather shortened, but you got to like that performance, Matt.
I was really proud of how we played. Extreme conditions 3 weeks in a row, and last round we played really good and some tough conditions.
And some tough competition, right? Because that had 7 combined Big Ten and Big 12 schools there.
Yeah, we looked at it as an opportunity. Some of these teams we don't get to see very often. I think there were 4 or 5 teams that were top 60, top 70 in the country with their RPIs, and definitely an opportunity. We had nothing to lose, and kind of a gauge for us to see if we play well, how we could compete with some pretty good schools.
And you had some great individual performances, a couple of top 15 finishes, Drew Eisen and Tim Lim, right?
Yeah, Drew's been steady all year and starting to play really good golf these last few weeks. He started double bogey the first 2 holes, and then from there on out was under par and made a ton of birdies. And I think he felt like he left a couple out there, but was proud of his performance. Tim, as a freshman this year, has been awesome. He's really only had 1 or 2 poor rounds all year, and he's played solid and he's really kind of emerged as a good contributor and a leader, from the scoring standpoint.
Mm-hmm. We've talked to all of our coaches here this spring, whether it's track and field, tennis. Everybody's had to deal with this weather, and it's been tough for practicing. Golf especially. I mean, it is an outdoor sport, obviously. How have you handled this spring? It's one of the most difficult we've had in many years.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the forecast, a few weeks ago, and I'm kind of sick of looking at the forecast.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But yeah, a few weeks ago, I mentioned to the guys that we could be dealing with 3 weeks of really tough conditions. And to kind of mentally prepare for that. And each tournament has had its challenges, and surprisingly, each tournament's gotten more and more worse from one event to the next. And the message I gave the guys, after the second tournament was basically, this is going to make you better when you're playing in normal conditions. And it's more of a mental challenge than anything else. Dealing with keeping your stuff dry, staying warm, staying able to swing with all the gear that you have on, finding the right combination per individual for the gear. And going into the final round, this last tournament at Iowa, basically, I told the guys that, we've played 2 tournaments in a row that have had extreme weather, and no one's more prepared for what we're going to be facing this next round, and they handled it like champs. I mean, they were positive, and you could see some other teams and some other individuals, they were mentally done. They were giving up, and it was kind of interesting hearing some of the stories, how some of the guys that we played with were saying, I just want to get done. I don't like this. This is no fun. Where I made it clear that we're not going to do that, because that's a sign of giving up, and that's a sign of really not being all in with your focus. So I was extremely proud of how they handled it. 3 weeks in a row playing in tough conditions. So we kind of prepared for it, but you never know how they're going to handle it. But I definitely think there's some grinders on the team, and I think there's a few guys that maybe aren't natural grinders that have learned to become grinders. But yeah, it's been something else, and hopefully something that we'll be able to build upon going forward.
Well, you certainly showed it in that tournament that these guys were definitely ready for the competition and the weather. Well, now you're gearing up. NBC Championships, that's coming up Monday and Tuesday. What's the game plan here for prep for the NBC Championships?
Well, we were inside yesterday due to the weather. We'll be outside today. Probably back inside on Wednesday, and hopefully back outside on Thursday if we don't get too much snow. And then we depart on Friday. One nice thing about our conference tournament, we get 2 practice rounds. We rotate every year a different golf course, so no one has seen this golf course. I was here.
And tell us where it is.
Yeah, it's at Dalhousie, which is in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. It's like the number 2 or number 3 course in the state of Missouri. It's a phenomenal golf course. We were there last 5 years ago, had some success there, and it's a big golf course. Very similar to what Columbia was, Missouri, a couple weeks ago. Definitely similar to some of the courses around here that we play, but it'll be a good test. Fingers crossed. Weather looks pretty good for now. Definitely warmer. And really, we're just continuing what we're doing. We knew this month of April would be a grind with 4 tournaments, but they're competitively really sharp. And it's just a matter of continuing what we're doing and just staying positive and being patient. Let's letting the good play happen.
Well, again, congratulations on last weekend, and good luck in your preparation. And yeah, let's hope you hit some nice weather down there and play well at the NBC Championships.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, that's Matt Lewis, head golf coach at Drake University. I'm Rick Silvestrini, and this has been another Coach's Corner.